Hey Joel, how you doing, bud? And number one on the stream. Morning again as well, Lisa. Morning to you. Morning to you on the tube after our little early session in the Discord. Delta Airlines popping up on a algorithmic spike. Just give it a minute. 8 o'clock scroll. Hey Rob. You just got a pension payment of 250k. Any advice? Well, I don't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but it really depends on what it is you're trying to achieve with it. If you're looking to steady stream of income, or whether you're just looking at trying to make a quick increase of that 250k. So if you want something that's going to give you steady streams of income, what I wouldn't do is buy an index-linked ETF with your pension payment, your retirement payment. What you should be looking at is something that's pretty much guaranteed income now, because if you put it in an index-linked ETF, you can go up and down. What an index-linked ETF is great for is long-term planning for your pension. It's not great for actual retirement. So you're only looking at bonds and government bonds or something like that that's going to give you a return. Or do a little bit of due diligence and create a nice little portfolio for yourself where you get nice returns on a quarterly or annual basis in terms of the share, per share earnings per share. So you get nice little dividends. You can create a nice little portfolio for 250k, and you can get nice dividends out of it. The question is, how much do you need to live on? So can you retire on 250k in today's economy? It depends where you're going to be living and what kind of return you're looking for. But in real terms, 250k ain't going to buy you that much. Now, if your 250k is part of an overall pension, that's like say 25%. You say you've got $1 million and you can take 25% cash-free lump sum up front, and then you've got 750k, which is then managed for you for your retirement. Then you can actually have a nice retirement with that, and you've got a nice little cash that you can play around with there as well. And it really depends on what, like I said, on what you're trying to achieve with your 250k. No worries, Lisa. I know you've been asking for a while, but why not? It's the early moves like XBP, not seen on the YouTube, but we get it on the in the Discord. So. Okay, let's get that like count up. Do some studying, shall we? No, well, open door tech. Not overly enamored with that. Let's get let's put rest out. Hey, Khan. Yeah, well, I think you're an hour ahead, maybe 2 hours ahead, Thailand, Robert, but you're certainly Southeast Asia. What time is it for you now, though, Robert? I think I'm not an hour ahead, an hour behind. Had a great day, but having a decent day. Neighbour had a birthday party for the little boys who was over there for dinner. And now we're trading. I got back just in time to catch the XBP move, which was a nice move. Yes, I do. 6K, $6,000 a day. So I'm over goals today. There's no guarantees I will be taking another trade. What I've been doing, what I have had a habit of doing over the last couple of weeks is getting over goal and then giving it back. Over trading. So, you know, you've got to draw the line at times in terms of over trading. Let's have a look at Calm. It's low volume, but I like the curl back up here. It's not great volume though. Mind medicine popped up. I don't even know why I'm on the 2-minute time frame here. So last year I was on 5K daily was my goal, and I increased it by 20% this year, and I'm tracking ahead on a daily basis, but I'm slightly behind going into December because I've taken some time off this year. So I didn't factor that in when I made the goals. So whilst my daily goals, I'm actually averaging over like 6,300 a day. Slightly behind on that 1.5 goal that was set at the beginning of the year. So I kind of revised that to 1.44, which is in line with the monthly goal, which is 120k a month. If we can get 120k a month on average, that's 1.44. I'll be happy with that. I mean, 1.5 is pretty much out the window now. Let's have a look at where I actually am. I'm not logged into TraderView yet. Let's just have a quick sign into TraderView and find out. I didn't do any reviews yesterday. I finished $600 down, $609 in the red yesterday. So very small red day yesterday, but it's still a red day. So at the moment I'm in a just over 5k drawdown. So we should clear that today. Well, actually I have cleared that as it stands right now. But what I want to look at is the year to date, isn't it? So year to date, from a growth point of view, we'd have to have one hell of a finale to December to get to 1.5. I need 130k. So 1.44 leaves me with 70k required. It's doable, but it's going to be difficult. So I'm averaging 6.4k, 6,400 on a daily. And I just don't think we've got enough. We've got Christmas next week after next, don't we? So 4 days. Monday's out. So that's 9, 10 days after today. So I suppose with today as well, with a chance, with a chance of hitting that 1.44, but it means that having to trade above goal every single day on average. Yes, it is. But I don't Napoleon. Don't trade as soon as the market opens. I'll take a look when I set up usually from about 5:30 is when I start taking a look. I'm not sat down. I'll open my my trade station up, and I'll take a look, and then I'll have another look at the top and bottom of each hour. So about 5 to 6, I'll take a look. I'll sit down for 5 minutes, watch for any news drops at 6 o'clock. If there's any earnings drops or anything like that. If nothing comes by 5 past, I'll go back away and come back at 25 past 6 and do it again for 10 minutes. And I'll do that pretty much top and bottom of each hour up until 7:30. And 7:30 is when I start looking for a trade. I'll sit and I'll actually start trading from about 7:30 actively. Yeah, it's looking interesting today. Had a good day yesterday and held most of its gains. So yesterday it went from like $2.50 all the way up to what, $5.50, $6 or whatever it was. Yeah, 603. So it's at 230 something. It closed on Tuesday. Went up to just over $6. So yeah, we traded this yesterday, but it was just choppy. It wasn't a clean move up until later in the day. I think it was about 1 p.m. when it actually made a nice move. Market's very green today at the moment, Daryl. Market is very green. So if we look at the market, we're approaching. We've got the all-time highs in sight. Just putting that out there. Let's look at this on the daily. This is the SPY. So the SPY, it's the S&P 500. And if you look up here, this is where we're trading. We're trading up here. This is the all-time high. This dotted line here, 479.35 is the all-time high. So that's from this time in 2021. So 2 years ago. So that's the all-time high, and that's the S&P 500. So we're currently just under 472. We were up a little bit higher, but we've got $7, effectively $7 away from all-time highs on the S&P 500 on the SPY, which is representative of the S&P 500. If you look at the NASDAQ, that's even more bullish. We're all-time highs here on the triple Q of 408.71, and we're only $3 away of that on the triple Q. So the NASDAQ is almost there. Effectively, the NASDAQ has a good day today, a good green day today. It could reach all-time highs. I don't think anybody should trade all them. And the fact that the market out, the trading hours have been extended now, if with the broker that I've been using, helps, because I can trade a little bit earlier if I need to. I'm not trading all day. If I think it's a particularly volatile day, I'll stay up and I'll trade through the night, which is fine. But yeah. Well, that's my playlist there, Napoleon. Nepalian Stallion. Okay, from Nepal. That's that pop from Rivian. That would have been nice to catch at 8 o'clock. Was there a news drop at 8 o'clock? That pop. Yeah, there was. So AT&T and Rivian team up to reduce CO2 emissions and enable smart connected vehicles. There you go. That was dropped at the top of the hour, and I missed that one. Too busy talking to you, degenerates. Well, someone's got to live there, Napoleon, I guess. Rather you than me. New high of day. Oh my goodness! Let's have a look at this on the daily. I mean, the IWM. Where's the actual all-time high? Oh, we're way off on the IWM. The all-time highs up here on the IWM. $43.40, $43.46. So that's the all-time high, 243.40. We're nowhere near that on the IWM. What about the Dow Jones Industrial? Oh, if Dow Jones were actually at all-time highs. $269.50. So that speaks volumes. We've actually broke yesterday, or this week. Yeah, yesterday we broke it. We broke a new all-time high on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. That's pretty impressive. Well, if you can get a signal up there, why not? I personally would rather live in the mountains of Nepal than Los Angeles. Much more tranquil. Peace of mind. So all this pop up, if it gets it does get over the VWAP, we might be interested. XVP is pulling back now, it's below the testing 13. We're breaking highs on open door. Hey Doug J. Well, Napoleon, you're welcome to join the Day Trade with Tony community. Happy to take you under the wing. I've got great volume on Charisma. Big move on ENSC. It's below that $2 threshold that I like to trade, but it is a big move. 45% and beyond, so 50% move up. So why? So Insights Bioscience announces a recent study demonstrating efficacy data for PF614. So it's a lead analgesic. Wow, some volatility on it. 2-cent spreads. 15 cent on the ATR on the 1 minute. There you go. If you like these low price stocks, decent catalyst, 3 million float plus small float. Not much in the way of short interest. We're looking at like 4%, and good, high relative volume. So worth keeping an eye on. If it gets over $2, I'll be keeping an eye on it myself. Hey, scanner. That was a bit ruthless of you there, Al. All right, no worries. I do that all the time. Yeah. I'm rude to myself all the time, even on good days. doing anything with that. Charge point. Not doing anything in that either. Yeah, we're just flicking through the movers here, the momentum, but there's not a lot. You really got good momentum on good volume. I got part of the move up 14 to 16, and then as it pulled back, I bought the VWAP pulse. Looked for a VWAP bounce, and it moved up back up to $15. So the range, when I bought it though, the range was like, I think it was about 8 cents on the range, and then straight away it went to 30 cents, and I almost cacked myself. I thought I'd made an absolute blunder, but then it narrowed again, but it was just rangy on the spreads. If you have a large account and want to make only 500 bucks a day, which strategy? Scalp. Just do a scalping strategy. So if you've got a large account, find something that's moving quick, get in, get your 500, get out. It's that simple. If you think you're going to get 10, look for something where you're going to get an easy 10 cents and take 5,000 shares. Yeah, exactly. 5,000 shares, and you can easily get. So my initial entry, if you're talking about on XVP, my initial entry was 2.5. I scaled up to 5, and then scale back down again. Trying to go green on the day. Let's go to Bluebird Bio. The volume's a bit erratic. Alright, Bluebird Bio said it anticipates 85 to 105 patient starts combined across all 3 of its commercial products in 2024, following its the FDA approval of Lyfgenia. Signed outcomes are based on agreement with organisation representing circa 100 million covered US persons. So that's why Bluebird Bio, that's just dropped out an hour ago. Itchy nose. Not great range. It looks like it's a big move. I'm just looking at the scale here. Looks like it's a big move. It's just over. It's like 24 cents. Not a big move. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier, and yeah, it's a cheap stock right now, but it's up 185%. So big moves. Called it out in the Discord earlier. Those penny stock traders, great technology is looking very bullish today. No worries, Tom. You're very welcome. Well, I'd like something more. I mean, XBP's under $12 now. It was under 11.50 even. That's not looking very bullish. It's nice to get that early pop, but it's pulling back now. Open. I mean, if you like these low price stocks, Freight Technology, it's not showing any signs of slowing down. And there was a lovely entry there at 80 cents. That's Freight Technology. No, that's true. That is absolutely true, dude. Yes, it does have news. It's been selected as the partner for Amazon Mexico. That's why it's moving. Morning, Virgo. Well, look at me. I started. That was my goal. 500 a day. If I could make 500 a day, that would 10 grand a month, ish, give or take. That'll replace my income as a VP, ish. So that was my goal. Was 500 a day, and then it went up to 1,000 a day, and then it went up to 3,000 a day. What it was doing, I had a goal of 1,000 a day, and I was consistently doing like 3,500 on average. Well, okay, well that's my goal now, 3,000 a day, and I was smashing that, so I was doing like 4,000 a day. So I thought, okay, I'm going to set myself a challenging goal, and that's when I started streaming live. It's like 5,000 a day. And last year, I just managed to average a little over 5,000 a day. But I set myself another, what I believe to be challenging goal, which was 6,000 a day for this year. And that's what happens. It's not that you get greedy, it's just that you end up setting yourself even, bigger challenges and you know. Well, there you go, dude. If you're 1,500 a day, so that's a nice steady income. But then you're going to like, okay, if I'm overachieving, what am I consistently overachieving at? I want to have a challenge. So if I'm consistently, my goal is 1,500. If I'm consistently doing 2K, then maybe I should bump it to 2.5. And then you start challenging yourself. The problem with doing that is, you've seen me do it, is that if you don't, last year 5K, I'd have been happy with it. But yesterday I got to 5,800 and I went in for more and ended up giving it all back. So you end up over trading because you're not quite at goal. You got 5,800 and I gave the whole thing back and ended up $600 down. So you've got to learn to be happy with certain things as well, and recognize that not every day you're not going to get to goal, or you're not going to be over goal every single day. Some red days are inevitable. That's a given. All right, Aspirion Therapeutics. It's tapping on the window of $2. Yeah, that XBP move was a nice move, dude. Lovely move. Well, you don't want to be caught in a flush. So what you don't want to be doing is holding through consolidation. You wait for those ones that, if all you're looking for with a larger account is 500 bucks a day, you wait for one nice clean setup, you get in, you get your 10 cents and get out. And then lock it down. In fact, what he's not got a small account, he's got a larger account. That's what he's saying. Yeah, dude, I think we've all blown up at least one account in our... I don't think you can be considered a competent trader until you've blown up at least one account. I mean, that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but yeah. Unfortunately. No, he didn't say he has 500. He wants to make 500. So he's got the question was, I've got a large account. What's the best strategy to use with a large account to make $500 a day? That was the question. If you've got a large account, and when I say a large account, at least 50k or above. So 50k or above, there should be no problems in making $500 a day. But no, you're not going to make any money on a $500 account in tap trading. I get what you're saying there. Even buying pullbacks, it's just not. It's not feasible to day trade on a $500 account. And it used to be. It used to be a couple of years ago, but now with all the ways that the commissions have all been placed, it changed, and it's just too expensive to do. I've got a speed trader account that I don't use. And I might do a $500 challenge, like 500. Start the small account challenge again from $500 with Speed Trader, because the commissions are cheaper there than they are with CMEG for a small account. So I might have a go at that. I want to keep it away from my interactive. I want to keep my interactive separate with my long-term holdings and my swing trading and options and stuff. So. Just having a Speed Trader account as an option, and it gives me an opportunity. It'll give me an opportunity to trial them out. I've not actually done any trading with them. I think I've got about $3,000 in the account, so I'll just withdraw it. So it's like 500 bucks, and yeah, if it doesn't matter about small caps or big caps or whatever, you just need to get something that's trending well. So, like today, for example, Moderna, you could easily make 500 bucks on Moderna. So, and that's going to trend. So Moderna, you look for a pullback, and then when it starts to curl back up, that's where you get in. So on here, you're waiting for a curl back up, and you can make 500 bucks on it, no problem. Let's pulling back to the VWAP now. But Moderna is likely to be as long as what you want to be doing for a safe move. You want the price action above the 9 above the 20, and the 20 above the VWAP, like this, which shows you it's very bullish. Okay, so like the price action like this. Then you wait for a pullback like that, and you get it on a candle that makes a high, and you take 10 cents. That's it. You made your 500 bucks, 5,000 shares, and that's what you can do with a large account. And if you want, you just hold it, and you can make a lot more. But you will get greedy, and you will start doing that. But then you make a lot more, and what tends to happen is you have bigger gains, but then you start getting a little bit more frivolous and a little less disciplined with your trading and setups, and you'll end up making bigger losses. And that's what I do all the time. I have these big gains. I've never had, to date, touch wood. I've never had a six-figure losing day. Never had a six-figure red day, but I've had a six-figure winning day. You know, so it's you end up with, you know, to try and get those big wins, you end up going for big losses. We're not talking small account there, Cal. We're not talking small account. We're talking large account. 10 cents, 50 cents. If you've got a $50,000 account, you should be able to get a 10 cent move on it. Yeah, no. So if you've got a $500 account, you should not be having a goal of $50. You shouldn't, because what you're effectively saying is, I want to make 10% a day. You're not going to make 10% a day. You can make 10%, but it's not going to be every day. 3% is an aggressive goal. 5% is a very aggressive goal. That's the goal I set myself when I do the small account challenge, is 5% daily. And that's very aggressive, because I'm an aggressive trader. I take bigger risks than I would advise anybody else to. And it's kind of the small account challenge for an experienced trader like myself is it's a bit of a misnomer, because I'm not trading with the emotions on a small account as it will be in my main account. Because I've got the money in behind. Whereas most people who start a small account, it's very emotional. They're new traders, beginner traders, and the emotions play a huge part in that trading. It's not like me trading a small account. Someone whose actual account is a small account, and that's their only account, is going to find it a lot more difficult to make 5% a day. 3% a day is an aggressive. You should realistically be looking at 1 and 2% as you go. So if you've got a $500 account, $10. Now then you've got to ask yourself a question. Okay, $10. Am I going to cover my commissions? The likelihood is you're not. So it doesn't matter on your share size, which is why I'm saying a $500 account is not realistic for a new trader. A $500 account is not a realistic starting position. You're probably looking at if you're looking at a 2% gain daily, you're looking at $10. And $10 is probably barely going to cover commissions and charges, if at all. So if you're thinking of getting into trading and you don't have $5,000 expendable, and I use that word deliberately, if you don't have a expendable $5,000, don't do it. Okay, whatever. If you've got 1,500 bucks, spend it on an education. Spend it on trading in a simulator. Pay for a simulator. Pay for a nice course. Get yourself a mentor. Learn how to trade first, and then save up till you've got at the very least $5,000, and then start small. And if you've got $5,000, then you should be looking at like $50 or $100 a day, not 500. Unfortunately, I did eventually, Cal, but I thought I was good enough to. I thought I knew everything, so I went straight into a live account and blew it up. So then I started to practice with different strategies in a simulator. The first simulator I used was on MetaTrader, and God, don't use MetaTrader for trading stocks. It's not built for trading stocks. Trust me on that one. When I finally moved over to that, then I used Interactive Brokers and TWS, Trader Workstation. I used the simulator Thinkorswim. I couldn't trade with TD Ameritrade, being in Ireland at the time. but I could use the simulator. So I was using the simulator with Think or Swim. Learned a lot of different strategies using Think or Swim. Then I went to TWS. TWS was difficult for me. I was up, I was down, I was up. It was like a new drug dealer. You know, it gives you just enough to get you hooked and then really beats you. That's what TWS was doing with me. It was just giving me enough to give me the hope that, yes, I can do this for a living, and then it would whip me and really beat me down. Only when I moved across to Dash Trader did I really start to make a difference. Now, I'm not at goal yet, Vols. I'm 70K, well, just under 70K away from goal for the year. It took me, I would say, and I was fortuitous that I was submerged in it. It took me about 8 to 10 months before I started consistently seeing gains. It took me about 3 months before I stopped seeing consistent losses. That was a painful 3 months. Yeah, that would be nice. A GDC. Another trade like GDC, that could get me to gold on the day. Nah, when I say gold, revised gold, so 1.44, which is that average of 120 a month, is what I'm now going. I don't think I'm going to get to 1.5. I would have to do 130K before the end of the month to get to 1.5. 1.44, which is the revised goal, which is the goal for the monthly average. That's what I'm concentrating on there. Slow and steady, absolutely. VVOS, let me just have a look. It rings bells. How many times I've traded that though? Don't know which run it was that you're talking about, because I know it's made a couple of runs over the... Right, oh, right, okay, so VVOS made a big run on the end of last month. I caught that one. Got 30K on that. So that was the 29th of November. VVOS went up to $48. Over $48 on the day. Is that the one you're talking about, Intact from November? Went from like just over $4 on the just over $4 on the 28th, closed at the 28th, and then went up to over $48 on the 29th. Yeah, I got the early part of that move. Then it did a couple of hours of consolidation. The big move, I didn't get the big move, but I got the pre-market and the pop just after 11 a.m. It went absolutely mental in the afternoon, though. Like the last 2 hours, it went from kind of $17 all the way up to $48. It's like a $30 move. I traded it from like $4.50 up to I think $19 is what it was my last exit on it, if I'm not mistaken, on VVOS. Sunrun. Breaking highs. Not great volume though, guys. American Airlines. No, Alcoa. Alcoa Corporation, AA. I thought it was American Airlines. That's AAL, isn't it? Yeah, all day. Starting with a $500 account is definitely not a good representation of how good of a trader you can be. If you can start with a $500 account, just based on, you're going to have to be very patient and selective with your trading. And it's very much YOLO punt for the first, I would say, first few weeks. So you're pretty much all in. You're not going to get much in by the way of leverage from most brokers. If you've got 500 bucks, and I said 500 bucks because that's where with CMEG, that's where it starts with leverage. But put it this way, okay? Think about it this way. With CMEG, and which is why I was saying a small account challenge with speed trader will probably be better. There's no leverage on anything under $5. So if you're looking at your minimum price that you can take with leverage on a $500 account, so you've got a $500 account and you take a position on a $5 stock, the maximum you're going to take, the maximum that you can take is like 600 shares. So 500, you can get 500 shares using maximum leverage. Well, then what are you looking for? Do you want to get 10 cents out of that? If you get 10 cents, that's 50 bucks. That could work. But then the likelihood is probably going to cost you $15, $20 in commissions. So you end up net at the end of that day, that one trade, 50 bucks, you use max leverage, max risk on that, but you managed to get the 10 cents that you were looking for on that $5 stock, and you got your 50 bucks, you end up with what? $30, $35 in net profit. So you end up the next day, you've got 535. You really want to be looking, you don't want to be having to go all in on every trade, but you want to be looking at small sequential wins. Treading water is the important thing with a small account. It's about protecting your equity, staying afloat. It's not about making big gains. It's about keeping your equity level. And then you get on one parabolic mover and it makes all the difference and you can double your account. But those don't come along every day as we've seen. It depends where you're based, Napoleon Stallion. So there's no PDT rule. There's no PDT rule with speed trading, no. That's my understanding. But there is a minimum account size. There's a minimum account size if you're US based. If you're an international trader, i.e. not US based, then I think you can open an account with like 5K or whatever it is. Yeah, absolutely no problem at all with that 166. So there's the day trade with just so you out there. The day trade with Tony Coase, by the way. What's going on here? Right. Okay. I was sorry, just distracted then for a second. But the day trade with Tony Coase, I include my entire trading library for the books that I used to learn how to trade. Of that, there's a bunch of books that I do recommend. So first and foremost, you need to learn how to read charts. So that the encyclopedia of chart patterns or something like that. Learn how to read charts. If you know how to read charts, then 30 Days to Market Mastery, which is Jacob Bernstein's a good book. Then I would also say The Complete Day Trader, which is another one from Bernstein. I like Bernstein's, if you hadn't guessed. Then The Complete Day Trader Part 2, which is a follow-up to the first one. And Andrew Aziz, who's part of the Bear Bull Traders group, he's got a couple of good books as well that I recommend. So How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz is a good book. And Advanced Techniques in Day Trading, also by Andrew Aziz, is a good one. If you want to kind of branch out, Profitable Day Trading and Profitable Day and Swing Trading by Harry Boxer. That's not a bad book either. So just to get you started. But Bernstein and Aziz will probably be my two favorite authors for day trading content. Yeah, the Aziz books there's just a couple of Aziz books that are really I like, but they're not too presumptuous. A lot of what I've found with market books, whether it's day trading, swing trading, or just investing in general, they're very presumptuous. You know, they're very highbrow, and your average Joe on the street just won't relate. I mean, I'm not trying to be kind of elitist or anything like that, but a lot of these books are exactly that. They're elitist. So that's why I like Aziz in particular. It's very kind of lay terminology as well. Oh, you absolutely get him. Just take my course, and you get all of those books as part of the course. You get those books included with the course. You get, of course, access to the lecture material. You get access to the private Discord, and you get access to me as a mentor. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, that's up for you to decide. Go to Tech Edu. It's one of these Chinese education stocks. There's the high of day at the moment. Just tap the high of day again, where it got rejected there at 7 o'clock. Yeah, I mentioned that in tech. That was one of the ones I mentioned. So. How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz, and Advanced Techniques in Day Trading, also by Aziz. So those are two the two Aziz books that are included in Day Trade with Tony course. But yeah, I recommend it, in fact. I don't think it matters, Cal. If you there's two schools of thought on this. Okay, so the level 2 can be spoofed, and this is the reasons why. So level 2 can be spoofed, and your orders, if you're placing orders ahead of time, they'll go up on the level 2. If you're placing marketable orders, so they could be limit orders like I do, you'll never see them on the level 2. You might see them going through either in part or in whole on the time and sales, but you'll never see them on the level 2 because they're the marketable orders. So effectively, I'm getting filled at the bid or the ask. in most cases. But if you want to, what is the reason for wanting to hide your orders? There's this belief that there are institutions out there that go stock hunting and hunting for your individual stock order or buy order or to avoid your buy order. It's nonsense. It's just, let's all wear tinfoil hats. It's just nonsense. Algorithms move the market. You know, Wall Street algorithms move the market. They don't care about your piddly 2,500 share position. They really don't. They don't care about your 500 share position. They don't care at all. Now, if there's a whole bunch of people at the same time with orders at that particular level, which is why you watch the level 2, because you'll see that there are big orders in there at that level, and you say, okay, well, maybe I don't want to be getting in just below that big order because it will move the market back down. But I don't think as a retail trader, I don't think it makes much difference to whether you hide your order or not. That's my personal opinion. Other people might disagree, but I don't think it matters. I don't use dark pools. I've never had the opportunity to use dark pools. I know Ross has used dark pools. Not every broker will give you access to dark pools in terms of that routing. But I believe Ross does have access to that via, I think he uses Lightspeed. I don't think CMEG give you. I think CMEG only give you access via the regular routes. In fact, most brokers only give you access to dark pools. It sounds nefarious, but it's not. It's where larger institutions go to trade without affecting the market. That's what tends to be what dark pools are used for. It does sound nefarious, but it's not. I do use limit orders, Brandon, but they tend to be marketable, so with offset. So it depends whether I'm using my hot buttons or my hot keys. So my hot buttons are pretty much marketable orders. So basically, I'm buying the ask plus 5 cents. So if it's moving up, I will get filled as much as I'll get slippage as much as 5 cents, and likewise selling the bid less 5 cents or whatever it is. But on my hotkeys, I'm doing it the other way around. I'm buying the bid plus my offset, and selling the ask plus my offset. And the problem with doing it that way is you're not going to get filled straight away. If it's a tight spread, you're looking at 1 or 2 cents. It becomes a marketable order, and you get filled pretty much straight away. But if it's a wide spread, 10 cents or above, you're waiting for the minute micro pullbacks to get filled. That's the problem. There used to be, Alicalca, it used to be a minimum of 200,000 lots size of 200,000, but I believe they're a lot smaller now. I believe they're a hell of a lot smaller now because they have been, certain brokers will route via dark pools if you want them to. It was much higher than it was 200,000 at one stage, but you know, institutional buyers, they don't really matter with small low float stocks and small cap stocks. Institutional buyers are more interested in the S&P large caps, S&P 500 type stocks when they go into dark pools. The dark pool business that gets conducted very often it's insider trading. So you'll get I don't know, Adam Aaron or something like that would go with all his, he's an insider trader, he wants to get rid of it, but he doesn't want to tank the stock. He'll go to a dark pool. He's got, let's say, 500,000 shares, and he wants to sell 250,000 shares, but he doesn't want to do it on the open market because it will absolutely tank the stock. So what happens, he goes to a dark pool, the transaction's conducted at a certain price, and then it's regular. That's why you get a lot of these algorithmic spikes at 8 a.m. every morning. And it will come out when it's submitted to the SEC, and it'll come out with these large orders that have gone through, and it will affect the price after the fact, as opposed to him waiting to get filled at those prices. Oh my goodness, Veru just announced the public offering. 75 cents they are at the moment. I was trading those up at like $15-16. Veru. So I'm watching, this is the top momentum stock right now. Over $2. Freight Technology is still the big boy in terms of overall momentum. Freight Technology over $1 now, $1.10, $1.11, 290% up on the day. Freight Technology, Amazon Catalyst. It's, the prices are all agreed with. The buyers and sellers are all. They work out. The market makers work out the buyers and sellers. The dark pools themselves are not buying and then having to sell later. They're acting as a broker, and the brokering. What's the word I'm looking for? The broker the deals, if you will. Yeah, traded very well last year. Those are two momentum stocks at the moment. Oh, Freight Technology, 290% up on the day. Testing 300%. Gets a little bit higher. This was a 28-cent stock at close of business yesterday. 28 cents. Now we've seen earlier this year, we've seen stocks run from 28 cents up to like $14. So not saying this is going to do that, but we've seen it happen. A $3 rule, yeah. Well, I had a $3 rule, but then it got lowered to $2 this last year. But I just wasn't getting any runners at $3, so I moved my price down to $2. And I really should have stuck at $2, at $3. Sorry, I'd have traded less, but I would have had less of those pop-ups. I'm not seeing any company-specific news on why Go-To Education is moving up like this. You see where I've traded it before. Anybody seeing any? Anybody seeing any catalysts for Go-To? Not seeing any recent catalysts, nothing since November. Yeah. How's Education doing? They usually move together. No. Low volume. Garnis International, JBI. Not enough volume there. No, Mike, I don't. That's not saying that it couldn't be a good swing trade, but OpenView for me is just one of those stocks that is garbage, quite frankly. Oh, sort of View. No, you're looking at View. So View, $4 again, it's garbage, and I don't recommend that. If you're swing trading, look for mid and high cap stocks. Don't swing these penny stocks. Don't hold on to them because they could be literally here today, gone tomorrow. That's the nature of these stocks. Now, it had a big move up yesterday. It went from like $2.30 or something like that up to nearly $4, $4.50 or whatever it is. So whilst it's held some of its gains, don't hold these stocks overnight, because they can pop and they can drop just as quick. These are garbage stocks. Do not get married to these garbage stocks. These are not swing trade material. Swing trade material is mid and high caps. Stick to mid and high cap. Do a little bit of due diligence. Look for something with a good economic model, something that's got a good news catalyst, or something that's really extended one way or the other, and it's showing signs of a reversal. Those are good swing trade candidates, but they're strong companies. They're not going to go out of business overnight. They're not going to file for Chapter 11 while you weren't looking. Just stay away from, please, save your money and stay away from these garbage stocks when you're swing trading. And don't invest in them long term unless you really believe in the company. They're great to trade intraday if they've got momentum. If there's a catalyst and they've got intraday momentum, you get in, you take your money and you get out, which is what I've had a bit of a problem doing of late. But don't swing stuff like View. I'm not saying it's not going to be you couldn't make money swing trading it. I'm just saying you're increasing the chances of it, the risk, because when you're trading these low flow, high volatility stocks, the high volatility is both ways. You want something that's slow and steady for a swing trade. The high volatility is not great for swing trading. Yeah, so that had a nice move later in the afternoon there, Mike. A really nice move later in the afternoon. I was already asleep by then. If I'd held on for another hour, I probably would have taken that, but, you know. I totally agree with you, getting holding these garbage, low float, low price, high volatile stocks overnight. You're asking for trouble. You might get lucky, and it continues to move up overnight and reaches highs. You might get one of these $30 moves like we saw earlier in the year, last month I think it was. Overnight moves up from like $14 up to, like, what was we talking, VVOS? Yeah. They're few and far between. More likely it's going to sell off overnight and you're going to be left holding bags. But again, if you're swing trading, and the problem with swing trading, if you're holding overnight, is the volatility doesn't stop when the market stops, but your stop losses do. So depending on the broker you're with, most brokers, you've got a stop loss in there. You've got your take profit and your stop loss for swing trading. And if you get if it hits one of those outside of regular market hours, it's not going to execute. So you need to be watching it if outside of regular market hours, if that's the case. Whereas the mid and high cap stocks tend to trade within a range, and you will more than likely. And again, this is why I use options for swing trading. Is that I'm not too worried about stop losses and take profits being an issue if I'm trading with options. Is it shortable? I mean, a lot of those penny stocks are not shortable. No, it looks shortable. But I wouldn't bet against it right now. I mean, this is up at what? $1.30. 350% up on the day. It's a 10 million float. It's recycled its float already over 5.5 times. It's done 55 million. It normally does 270,000. So freight technology, the market's lapping up this Amazon catalyst. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, intact trading could fade all day and still be up 200% on the day. Yeah, totally. XBP's failed miserably. Still the top gapper above $2. Then we're looking at ARM just above the, and then go to. So we've got 14 minutes, 13 minutes. Getting decent volume. Give me this decent enough volume on Go-To Tech. It's slightly over average, but we've got as soon as the market comes in, that's obviously going to pump. So it normally does 2.3 million on a daily basis, and over the last 3 months or so, that average is coming in. So it's done 2.7 million Go-To today. So it's higher than average in terms of relative volume. Currently 16% up on the day. Well, there's time yet, Cal. Did you miss the XBP move this pre-market? That was a lovely clean move. It's up to like $16. Let's see what the market brings, I guess. I mean, freight technologies just doesn't look like it's slowing down up here. Creating a nice, another little Ascending wedge into a flat top again. They're at 135. Yeah, well, the spreads were wicked though on it, Cal. Yes, you do hear the dog snoring, the old chow. Sending wedge off the 9 into 135. Pre-market high. Got 10 minutes to the bell. Which time frames do I use the most? I would say probably the 2 minute. So 1 and 2 minute is what I look for entries. 5 minute I'm looking for confirmations. I use 1, 2, and 5 minute as the 3 time frames. I've got right next to each other. I've got 1 in the middle, 5 to the left, 2 to the right, and those are the 3 time frames that I'm looking at. And I'm looking for the confirmation and a lot of symmetry between the two in terms of the sentiment. Now, the higher time frames tend to be more reliable from my experience, but you get those micro entries. You can miss a bit of a move. You get those micro entries on the 1 and the 2 minute. So yeah, I've also got the 60 minute and daily time frames open, which I'm just looking for key levels, support resistance levels. Just way off that with freight technology. I mean, we're down there at kind of 35 cents, 40 cents for the key levels on the daily. We're up here at testing 130, 135. And look at this on the daily. Well, we're down here. The last time it was up at this level would have been May. It's had a lot of selling since then. No, absolutely, bitch, and that's what I already called out in my Discord this morning as well. Hey, Robin. So let's get that like count up. We've got 9 minutes. We need 13 likes. So if you've not smashed the thumbs up button, smash the thumbs up button. Just do me a favor. I need to get over 50 likes every day just to help with the YouTube algorithm. It just helps me out. Do me a favor. If you appreciate me going live and streaming my trades live, good, bad, or indifferent, just hit the thumbs up button and I will appreciate that. Smash that thumbs up button. I need 12 more people to do that. We've got at least 30 of you haven't, so I don't know if you're logged in or you're on a phone or whatever, but just smash that thumbs up button anyway. Go to breaking highs again. These are all levels that I've traded this in the past. But I've not drawn these levels on today. Get rid of them all. Distracting. It's funny how the levels were very similar to levels that it's finding. It depends if you've got a cushion on it, CC. If you've got holding a position through the bell, is it looking bullish? Do you have a cushion on it? Are you in realized or unrealized? Are you in profit on the ticker? Do you expect it to gap and go or dip and crap or whatever, dip and drop, depending on which way you're looking? I wouldn't take a position. I wouldn't like to take a position and just before the bell. So right now, taking a position on go-to and holding it into the bell, if it's just consolidating, not a good idea. If you got in here at $4 for the break of $4 and you're up at 434, holding it into the bell, you're not really risking too much. You can always set your stop as the bell rings, put your stop in place at 10 cents, whatever it is, trailing stop, whatever you want to do. And then you get out, if it pulls back and it's at 420, you've still got that 20 cent move. So if you've got a cushion on it, there's no problem holding into the bell if it's still looking bullish. Otherwise, don't take the risk. When are the church bells going to ring? Well, the market bell's going to ring in 5 minutes. Hey Radko, welcome back. I'm not a big fan. I mean, you look at the level 2, it's very thickly traded, but if it's showing good momentum, I'm a momentum trader, so the float side is something I look for volatility. You tend to get a lot more volatility with lower flows, but if you get something with a good catalyst, and I can't find a catalyst with GoTo, that's what I'm a little bit nervous about even taking a position on this, because I don't see a company-specific catalyst. The range, it ain't huge in terms of volatility, but it has moved up. I mean, we're like 3.5 cents on the range, ATR at the moment. So it's breaking highs. There's not a lot else to be watching right now, but it's breaking highs. I'm watching for, I mean, you probably get more volatility and a better chance of getting 10 cents out of freight technology than gouging, in my humble opinion, but we'll see. Below the XBP is under $11 now. CARM is testing 3 to the downside, and that's so I've got the 3 top gappers showing on the screen at the bottom there. Well, we've got 3 minutes to find out whether buying or selling gold is the way to go. The S&P 500 above the VWAP, I do like this. I think we've a very, very good chance of reaching all-time highs next week if we continue this momentum. Right now, the S&P 500 is on the SPY. We're less than $7 away from all-time highs. Let's have a look at freight technology. Yeah, so on the 5-minute chart, first pullback there just before, around 7 o'clock, 5-minute pullback, then a nice spurt, then 7:30 we got that consolidation, a nice pop up before the pullback at 8 o'clock, then the pullback 8:30, then the move up at big spurt at 9, and we're getting this pullback here from kind of 9:15. Don't mind a pullback into the open. That can actually work in people's favor, because then you've got a nice entry signal there. If it breaks pre-market highs, which is currently 135, it's showing bullish signs. So we'll see what happens at the bell. We've got 2 minutes to find out. We pull back, we get the 9 crossing the 20. That tends to be a bit of a bearish sign. You know, it's usually a signal to get out of a trade if you're in there still in profit. But on the 5-minute, the 9 is nowhere near the 20. So the higher time frames, you know, it's still very bullish on the 5-minute. Let's see. I have a feeling we're going to get a runner today. I don't know why. I'm just feeling like there's going to be a good runner today. Need one? Well, I don't actually, because I'm green on the week. but it is day 4 of the week. So I had Tuesday off, small red yesterday, mediocre red on Monday. So it's nice to finish the week strong. If we get a runner today, great, but if we get one tomorrow, equally as good. You need to have some big days. I say big days. If I can average 7K a day till the end of the month, I'll be on target. There's the bell. I'll change the scanners over and we'll see what the market gives us. Good luck, guys. Happy hunting. May the odds be in your favor. Break technology. Plug up and go if it breaks at 135. Break the 135 when the halt level's 133 and it's going into a halt right now. So that's interesting. The S&P 500 bouncing on the VWAP at the open. So Break Technologies is looking like a small gap up as well. Oh, getting our first volatility halts. Let's have a look at TPIC. TPI composite, breaking highs, big momentum. Rivian Autos, absolutely taking off. Just broke that pre-market high, Rivian, and we get a $0.75. Nearly. There we go, there's the $0.75 mark. There's a trailing stop. It's profitable already. No, well, that's the first 200 bucks of the session. Well, it depends on the gap ups there, Cal. Moderna is actually smashing highs there up at 89.50-ish. Went the wrong way. That's Sunrun making moves. Yeah, that's TPI composites is moving up nice. Breaking highs. Top momentum stock right now. Over $3. Let's go back and have a look at $30 for Freight Technologies to resume. Let's have a look at where this is going to be. Looks like pretty much a level resumption. 135 resumption I've got, which is the pre-market high, which got rejected at about 3-4 times there, just coming into the open. So if it does some continuation, should resume in about 10 seconds. So if it does have a bit of continuation, you might see this up at 150 before the next halt. 149 is the next halt. So let's see. New high of day, not just that high of session, and then a flush into a down halt. Well, it's not halted yet. Is this going to actually halt? Or I think it probably is, and it will probably be a 10-minute. We'll see. Yeah, so that's looking 110, 112 resumption. So you might be right there, Cal. Halts every 15 cents or so, up and down. I think this could be one of those stocks today. Lots of halts. Volatility both ways. All right, let's have a look at TPIC, the top momentum mover at the moment. Now we're getting the first pullback on across all time frames. Where do I see halt levels? The halt levels, you can see them on, I'll show you. But why not? I'm going to be generous today. I don't normally show you my level 2, but I'm going to show you. Where's the action here? Now I'm going to have to show all of these. So here, you see this here? This is where I'm seeing the level down, level up. So this is on Dash Trader. This is the level 2, and this is where you see the halt levels. Okay, you've got your level 1, you've got your level 2, and yeah, so this is Dash Trader. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's up so high. It's got to pull back somewhat. Pullbacks are healthy. I mean, as long as that's what they are, instead of a reversal. There's a difference. What you don't want to get stuck in is a reversal, but pullbacks are definitely healthy. Palantir is making new highs as well. The market is making some strange move there. Palantir breaking highs up there at 1840. If you like Palantir, new high of day 1841. Personally, I prefer Rivian to Palantir. Moderna. You've got a larger account. Moderna breaking highs. Good news on it. It had some good news as well. So Moderna is up considerably today. So for an $90 stock now, it's up 15%, which is a huge move. Huge move. Right, well, we'll find out, Peanuts. I'm hoping to hit gold, but I'm a little bit behind at the moment. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 10-minute halt, Cal. I think it's probably resume level, but I think it's going to be a 10-minute personally. I might be wrong. So the mid and high caps are starting to move now, which is kind of weird because the S&P 500 is selling off. Rivian. Let me get over 21 on Rivian. Yeah, it's back. It's green on the day. Seeing that one. XBP's not moving at all. We're over 21 on Rivian, which broke the $21 mark. $21.15 on the ask. Take half off. And that's when my trailing stop goes into play. Rivian. As we move up, I'll be able to scale in. Just change my stop for half to the whole amount. Slow and steady does it, I guess. I should get 10 cents out of this at least. Yeah, you've got 5 cents, I've got 10, so you probably got stopped out there. My stop's 10 cents. I've got 5,000 shares now. I'd like a new high of day, just to guarantee me that 10 cent move. There it is. There we go. And now I can look to scale in again. Be 40, I'll add. Oh, I'll leave Rivian in there for that 10 cent trailing stop. I'm happy with just that printing money for me. Oh, I think I'm missing something here. $6 break, $6 flat top. Let's see. Rivian on the small screen here. I'm watching. Let's see. Now, I'll kind of watch that from a distance. I'm just going to keep watching my Rivian trade print money for me. Ah, there we go. Nice 1,500 bucks. We do like that. While it pulls back, now I can have a look at that breakout of $6. And just as I was about to switch over, it breaks out at $6. That $6 flat top. I did a 12-cent move straight away. Now, get in there. Small size, smaller size. Take the 25 bucks, cover the cost of the trade, but it looks like it's getting a bit weaker up there, ready for a pullback, and I'll wait for a bit of confirmation here. I missed the $6 breakout up to 637. That would have been a nice capture. Because I'm a degenerate, Vols. That's why. Because I'm a total degenerate. And I've got a goal to hit, and I know you're over goal on the year. You can rest easy, but yeah, I guess revised goal 7K a day. I'll wait for some good setups. Rivian is looking tidy. There you go. Bit of the old Christmas stuff. We've cleared the drawdown on the, so that's breaking lows now. So let's switch back to Rivian. Oh, actually, let's have a look at their TUS. It's not great volume, but Altics USA. No. No, I don't like it. So view 497 high of day. Kavana's having a good day. $5 move, $6 move from the open. Wow, that's a big move. 10% from the open. The S&P 500. What are you doing to me? Nvidia up there at 483s. You'll love to see it. Amazon up at 149s. Yeah, lovely. Look at this. I thought, hang on a minute, we're going to get pulled back. How choppy is this? We're going to bounce on the VWAP on the SPY here. I'm not so sure, but it's very choppy. 473s though. That's a new high. That's a new high of the year, by the way. So today's high, 473.73, is a new high of year. 2023 high. In fact, it's a 2023 high of 24-month high. Yeah, well, Havana is looking like below 50. That could be an option. Yeah, I saw that. XVP below, it's below $9 now, and this went up to like 16.50 pre-market. Oh, $20 pre-market was the pre-market high, wasn't it? $20.60. Yeah, I said it was going to be a longer hold. I was right. So this one is, no, that wasn't, this one was the longer hold that I said there, wasn't it? 35, oh, it was only 5-minute hold. So this is looking like 104. So it's a level resumption, it looks like. So that should resume in about 15 seconds. Let's have a look. I've got a level resumption. Does this double bottom and then move up to the highs with a nice halt? I don't know. I wouldn't say shorts a smacking it intact. I'd just say it's a garbage stock. That's what it is. You know, a lot of these companies, they have the moment in the sun and they get a nice little catalyst, they move up well with it, and then once exhaustion sets in, all they do is go back to type, which is lose money. They're losing money hand over fist. So it's a garbage stock. Had its moment in the sun this morning, and do you know what? It's going back to being garbage. Which is why you don't want to be swinging these. So that's freight technology. No, I don't like that. That IPO yesterday, did I miss that? Find AI? Must have missed that. No, we're getting another move back up. So 617 on the 5-minute. Deep pick. It's starting to get a little bit exhausted up here now. Wouldn't surprise me if we get one more pop to around 310 and then this sells off, forming that illustrious head and shoulders. TPI composites. Rivian is looking very strong today. Let's see. Not risking much. It's 11 cents. Yeah, no. There we go. Oh, now we're getting some volatility here. 684 is the halt level to the upside. And that's the breakout there, everybody. Nice, Cal. Good. That's good consistency. Keep it up. I'm usually two out of three kind of guy, which is what it's looking like right now. You mean a 9 out of 10 there, Cal? If you had 5 trades. That's the wrong stop. That's the right stop. All right, okay. Makes sense. The range is 18 cents on the ATR, but I've put a 10-cent trailing stop in place. I thought base hits, why not? We got a nice breakout. I'll get $500-600 out of it, which is what I should do. I get $700 out of this, I think. Oh, well, ish. Well, $800, nice base hit. Second week, how are you finding it now, Cal? Time of sales is it's a dawdle to read, but the level 2s, I think the level 2 is much better than Thinkorswim as well. Does my missus work? No, she doesn't. Well, we've got the little one, so it's but she used to. Yeah, that's why trailing stops are great, because look at that, pretty much right at the top before it pulls back. All right, let's have a look at STTK. That's another one that moved well recently. Pre-market yesterday, it popped up big, this. Top of the momentum charts right now. In terms of the surging above. Actually, no, view is up there. Have a look at view. View is testing those highs again. Fairly strong pattern there on the 9, bouncing off the 9 every time. This could be one that you'd have made a lot of money on there, Vols. Your 9 EMA bounces. 3 out of 3 green there, Tom. Well done, way over goal. I'm loving it. Oh, can't wait for January for you, mate. Can't wait for January. Start making some money. Yeah, it's a big pullback. Like I say, it's that's why trailing stops are fantastic. Rivian pulling back as well hard. And market, look at the SPY. How choppy is the SPY, for crying out loud? Have a look at the SPY. I mean, it's bullish day, but there's I would say that's a distinct head and shoulders. What do you guys think? Does that look like a head and shoulders to you? Shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. We're at the neckline, so if it breaks below this, kind of 472.50-ish. That looks very head and shoulders-y to me. Now, what are you guys watching? View seems to be the top upwards momentum right now. Saito not got great volume though. Marathon Digital breaking. Usually asked for this every single day. It's breaking highs. 3%. It's just not got great range intraday, but it is breaking highs. View seems to be the one that's most likely to give us some. It's kind of flat topping up here at under 550. Current high of day 544. But pull back to the 9. It's been bouncing well on the 9. So with 20 as your stop, you could get a nice potential dip buy here. 20 is at 513, 512 and a half. Giving it 8 cents. Spreads 3 cents. Range 15. It's pulling all the way back there. You would have hit your stop. That's the first time it's pulled back to the 20. So it looks like that's and it's a new. Well, it's the first red candle on the 5 minute at the moment. But it's breaking lows on the 5, so that was another indicator to say, okay, maybe it's breaking structure now. The view, was the momentum stock? Not so much. Hey Alberto. Hey, where's the mumbling midget today? I mean, likes to comment on my things when I have a red day. Locking in a green day so far, mumbling midget, so just so you're aware. STTK again. Have a look. Redfin crept under the radar. What happened there? Oh, missed that one. That crept under the radar. $1.50 move. It's the open. Range isn't. But it's a double top there. I wouldn't chase that now. So now is usually just after 10. This is the time where you can get some reversals. If you're a short trader, this is where a lot of short traders will be licking the lips and starting to do the trading. A lot of short traders will just sit out the open the first half an hour because they'll wait for stocks to move up, then start getting extended, and then do their return to MFV or FMV. STTK over 550 could be of interest. It's not there yet. That's the session high. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of downwards momentum coming in right now. Although C4 seems to be curling back up. Yeah, it might VWAP, fin, volume weighted average price. Absolutely, Tom. Nice and slow. That's I like your mentality. You've spent a while in the sim. Now's the time to just take it slow, small size, get consistency with a real account. So 2024, it's going to be your year, bro. We're back over the 9. Some mobile, breaking highs. Oh, look at freight technology. Let's have a look at freight technology. Looks to be having a bit of a bounce. What's the comeback like? Well, this is, let's put this into context. The sell-off at the open was nothing unusual. Little pop and then the drop and then the continued sell-off. 300% up, 350% up on the day. It's understandable. Some people are going to want to take profits. So, freight technology over what 350% up at the high, more than understandable. Now it's looking like it's coming back. We're just about to get a what's known as a golden cross, where the 9 crosses over the 20 to the upside, which is actually quite bullish. If it completes, you have to wait for the candle to close out for that to happen. But it's right on the money. So if this candle finishes green, it will probably get a golden cross. I'm not saying it's going to go up. I don't trade these stocks. I don't trade below $2. But it was going to bounce at some stage. The question is it going to bounce and move back up to the highs, or is it just going to be a bit of a dead cat? That last candle was your golden cross. Also a doji, which is usually a change in sentiment. So go on, Cal. We'll give you the credit. All right, now C4. High of day, 684. Can we get there? That's all it is, Cal. That's all it is. Probabilities. What are the probabilities? I don't like the look of this on the 5-minute. 5-minute is very, very much devil horns. I don't like the look of it. And we're closing out this 5-minute candle in about 40 seconds. So yeah, this doesn't look too good. It might get the next 30 seconds of bullish momentum and it fills the wick, but I'm not convinced. STTK testing high of day. E-pick again. Where are you? Yeah, devil horns on the 5. Doesn't fill me with confidence for it to break that. Come back to that in a moment. PPI composites is sideways at the moment. This needs a new high if I'm going to if I was going to trade it. Same with C4. It needs a new high. New high of day. Then look for an entry. In fact, I might just lock it in, make sure I've got that green on the week. I've got a football game to watch later. So hang on a minute. What time is it now? 11:15 p.m. There's a new high of day. I've got to wait 2 hours for the football, so I'm going to have a beer with the missus. No, I agree. No, I agree with totally, Cal. 100%. I agree with you on that both Freight Technology and C4. I think I'm not convinced of any kind of bullish. Even if this pulls down and bounces on the VWAP again, Freight Technologies move back up. Unless this gets up to kind of 135 and start pushing that pre-market high, I won't be convinced of this going higher. I just think it's so extended up there at 300% up on the day. And then C4, that's looking a little bit more bullish, up at $7. Alright, let's have a look. What have we had? AMD breaking highs, we've had Tesla breaking highs. We've had a lot of the big name, coffee table name stocks breaking highs, and yet the S&P 500 is pulling back. Yeah. $752 is the halt level. It's very close to that. $7 would have been a good entry. Now that I'm seeing it. Yeah, I'm tempted, but I'm not pushing it. 764 is the halt level now. I think it's just chasing now. If I try and get in here, it's just chasing before the $0.50. It may break 750, which is current high of day. But if I'm getting in here now, it literally is chasing, and I don't want to start giving back good gains. I'm over goal, considerably over goal right now. So if I'm going to take another trade, I want it to be cast iron. I'm more comfortable with a pullback and then the breakup highs. Testing it here. Yeah, I'm tempted to give into FOMO here, Cal, because I saw that $7 was a good entry, and I'm like, I didn't take it. Missed a 50-cent move. Oh, it has, doesn't it? It's given nice opportunities today. Did yesterday as well. Had a lovely move up yesterday. In fact, it's had three days of bullish momentum now. pretty big days of bullish action. So you won't find me being very optimistic about this one tomorrow. 3 days and there's usually a big pullback. I was almost going to get in there for the break of 750. Should have done. The last two moves, I missed the entry. Ah, forget it. I'm locking it. I'm locking it in. I'm gonna lock it in. Nice move up. 36% up on the day. Okay guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. We're coming to the bottom of the hour. I've been at this now for 3 hours, so while that's pulling back, let's where are we up? So I'll give you all an update on where we are for the where are we? Where we are on the year. So this is tell you what, let's do the right thing here, okay? So Linktree, obviously no, the Linktree, I have to change that text there, but they're on TikTok. But yeah, I'm over goal today. It's been a good day. If you want to, Christmas is coming up, you want to get some nice trading goodies to help you trade, and of course they guarantee to help you trade. Get your little mugs and Day Trade with Tony coffee cups and hoodies and sweaters, beanies, whatever. Get on that. Check out the link store. It's an Etsy merch store, so check it out. See if there's anything you fancy for Christmas. If you don't fancy it, but you really hate the neighbor next door, buy some for the neighbor next door. He'll probably hate it, If you want to learn how to day trade, maybe not the right way, but certainly the way I teach it, come join the Day Trade with Tony education platform. It is, I've been told, great value for money. Here's the full syllabus. There's 12 lessons. Some additional tutorials around Benzinga Pro and how to use that. Here's, as I mentioned, the ebook reading material I already talked about. You get all of those books that I recommended and a couple more besides, all for less than 120 bucks on a monthly basis. So less than 300 bucks on a quarterly basis. So big savings there, and less than £1,000 for an entire year's access. And you get access to the private Discord as well. The only other way of getting access to the private Discord is by being a top-rated member on YouTube. So check that out. Benzinga, if you want to trade stocks, if you want to find stocks to trade, Benzinga, a limited time only. You can get 65% off Benzinga. I recommend it. It is fantastic. It is one of the things that helped me turn the corner to profitability is Benzinga for the scanners, trade alerts, and just the information that you can get, whether you're a swing trader, whether you're looking for value investing opportunities, whether you trade options, or whether you're a day trader or a scalper, whatever. Benzinga is fantastic, okay? I recommend it to anybody, and I wouldn't be profitable without it. I'm pretty guaranteed on that. I wouldn't be nowhere near as profitable without it. So that's Benzinga. use the code 2423 at checkout. Go through my link here and use the code 2423 at checkout. You get 65% off. As I say, limited time only. That code will not last for much longer, so check that out. And what is Benzinga? Well, this is Benzinga. So this is what I use on it every single day. This is how I've got it set up. I've got my momentum scanner here, tells me what's moving and in which direction. This is my surging scanner, so the top move is to the upside over the last 15 minutes. And my gap scanner, so based on the top movers, based on yesterday's closing price, percentage-wise. So that's, I've got my signals and alerts here, and I've got rolling news here. So that's what I use Benzinga for. So I've got Benzinga set up. So go check that out and get 65% off. You can get 2 weeks free. Check it out for free, but when you do like it, and you probably will, get 65% off. Don't pay the full price, okay? Now, what was I going to say? TraderView. If you're not logging your trades and reviewing your trades on a daily basis, do it now, okay? You don't have to use TraderView. You can use an Excel spreadsheet. You can use Trade Anvil. There's a whole bunch of different tools that you can use to log and review your trades. I use TraderView. And this is what TraderView looks like. This is the calendar for the year. So right now we're coming into December. I've got another 8.5K to add on to this. So December, small red day yesterday. I didn't trade Tuesday. Red day on Monday as well. But I'm green on December. So where are we on the year? I'm not too worried about December's target. If I hit December's target, I'll hit the year. And the year is the priority at the moment. So before today, we were 1.37, which meant that we needed 70K or 69K, 70K to get to the annual average of 120 a month. I'm not going to make 1.5, which was the annual goal gross. Net, it looks like I'm going to get to the 1.2. I'm very close to the 1.2. I need 60K net to get to 1.2 before today. So 60K net is looking very realistic before the end of the month. If we look at the months to date, we're currently 39K up for December. 120, is 120 going to get us there? It could be difficult, but we only need one day to have a really big move. We can get a 30K day, a 50K day, or something like that across the course. Not guaranteed, but that could be the difference between being at goal and just missing it slightly. But doing, I'm already way ahead of the year. Okay, so if I look at the years combined, way ahead for the year. So this is for 2023. If I look at for 2022, you'll see. So 1.37 at the moment. I finished in 2022. That's not right. That's in total, obviously. So. And it's 31 there. So why am I okay, no, I've got my filters correct. So yeah, the 1.37 versus last year's 1.24. So already a better year than last year, but slightly behind on the numbers. Okay, so even last year my numbers were very similar to this year, 67%. Very similar numbers to this year. So 67% accuracy, and we'll do this again. 7.2 in 2022, and we're looking at 66.6. So very similar numbers. That doesn't surprise me because I've not changed the way I trade. I've not changed the style of trading. But this can see performance by month of the year. You can see performance by hour. That 9 till 9:30, 9 till 10 is I've been terrible this year. I've given money back at the open. That's been a bit of a problem I need to address. Looking at this year, that isn't across the course of my career, but yeah, that's essentially where we are. So get on that. The link tree, as I say, check it out. The links are all in the description if you're watching on YouTube. The link tree you can find in my profile if you're watching on TikTok. And I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. So thanks for your time today, as always. Really appreciate your company, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. So if you're in the Discord, if you're in the Day Trade with Tony community, if you're a student or a subscriber, then I'll be trading live in the Discord from 7:30 a.m. If you are not a Day Trade with Tony member of the Day Trade with Tony community, you're not in the Discord, then I'll be trading live from 8 a.m. tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you either in the Discord or here on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Rumble, wherever. Okay, guys, take it easy. Get green, stay green, get to gold, and get out. I always say, I don't always do, but I always say that.